Good morning, North. Today is Friday, September 20th. Go to all your classes today.
Please stand and recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Liv.
And these are the birthdays. Today we have Samantha G in 6th grade.
And then PJ in 8th grade.
Happy birthday!
Now we're going to hand it off to Dr. Hale for a principal announcement.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is September 20th. I don't really have much as far as announcements go. I do have this day in history from September 20th, 1973. So today is the 51st anniversary, and it is the Battle of the Sexes. The Battle of the Sexes was a tennis match between Bobby Riggs and Billie Jean King. I'm actually going to have a video play right here to talk about it. So watch the video. Hope you learned something. You can talk about it at home, and I hope you have a really great weekend. Bye.
The Battle of the Sexes was so bold. Billie Jean King playing for half the people on the planet. The pressure must have been incredibly immense.
It captured the imagination of the public like no other tennis match of the modern era.
Even though she's 26 years younger, she doesn't have my experience. And when we play a pressure match like this, $100,000 winner take all, can you imagine anybody in their right mind betting on anybody but Bobby Riggs?
You had two very strong personalities butting heads.
You mean to say you think I put women down? Is that what you're saying I'm doing all the time?
Yes, I do. I don't think you give us credit for having any brains at all.
Billie Jean for the women's movement, speaking out for what she believes in.
I definitely wanted to play him because I don't feel Margaret did women's tennis justice.
So you're out to save the name of women's tennis as well.
Against Bobby Riggs, who could not be more obnoxious.
She's a woman, and women...
Now, what does that have to do with it?
Well, they can only do things like men, like about half as good, if that good.
He would say things, women belong in the kitchen, they belong having kids, they belong doing the laundry, they don't belong on the tennis court.
So she's going to have to overcome that.
It was an event, like a Super Bowl, not a tennis match, at the Houston Astrodome, where apparently there were 30,000 people and 90 million people around the world watching.
They carried her out there. It was like shades of wrestling and just all entertainment. It was not a typical entrance to a tennis match. He was milking this for all it was worth, and he had his sugar daddy jacket, which was one of his sponsors. He was like the marketing genius in that sense.
She was very strategic in her play. She realized, no, I'm going to make him hit every ball. I'm in good shape, I can last, but he cannot. You could see him, just wearing down, just getting more and more tired.
Let's watch Bobby Riggs.
They clearly transcended tennis and transcended sports.
It got people thinking about what women deserved, and that was the start of the evolution.
Women felt inspired to ask for more and to be treated more as equals. It gave a lot of freedom, a lot of belief, a lot of hope.
All right, this week on our weekly sports talk, we're going to be doing hot takes. We had a lot of responses that just said one word like basketball or something. We're not going to respond to those. And we also had one that was just like one team would beat the other. We're not going to respond to those either. So first up, it's from Hayden, and it was, the ref is a 12th man for the Chiefs. I honestly, not a big fan of the Chiefs, me personally, but I completely agree with this one. They had some iffy calls that could have been, like, they just, yeah, it's true.
I would have to agree with that one too. Next one from Harper Harris. It says dance and gymnastics are a sport. I think that if you do it competitively, then it is a sport.
Yeah, like if you do dance competitively, it's definitely a sport. And gymnastics, like gymnastics isn't an Olympics. That's not even a question. But dance, if you're like just dancing like normally, that's not really a sport. But if like competitively, yeah. We have Luke Walter. He said Wilt Chamberlain never scored 100. Honestly, I'm gonna agree with this one. There's like the photo that's probably maybe wrong, but I believe he scored 100.
He never scored 100. So I think so. Next is by this guy named Luke Trombley. He says LeBron James is the best NBA player ever. I would have to agree with that. He's the GOAT of basketball.
That's not true because Michael Jordan. Even I'm a fan of LeBron, but Michael Jordan is still the GOAT. He had too many rings. Next up from Brooks Neal. This is a really good one. Tracy McGrady could be a top 5 if he didn't get injured. That injury was pretty bad. I think he easily could have. He was really good, so he could easily be top 5.
We're done with the 90s. That's not true. We will respond to more hot takes over time. Have a great day, North.